On this episode of Simply, we're visiting a seafood boil in the heart of the city. Then I'm throwing down at Mudstone Studios in Warren. We'll grab a coffee and have a perfect time at Bajah's Cat Café. All before Chef Nick Rabar springs into action to solve an impossible food mission. Simply is brought to you by Cranston's Wines and More and Dr. Eric George and Associates. Hey everybody, welcome to Simply. I'm your host, Becky Gibble. It's March, that awkward transition between winter and spring. But don't worry, we got you covered. On today's episode, we'll warm your spirits with a visit to a cat cafe, fill your bellies with seafood and American Chop Suey, and get your creative juices flowing at Mudstone Studios. It's gonna be a big show. Welcome back, folks. I'm standing here on historic Benefit Street in Providence, Rhode Island, and walking up these hills has really stoked my appetite. So next, we'll head to Capri Seafood on Federal Hill. Let's get cracking.
Capri Seafood started off as a seafood boil. It started off as a vision that we have to bring different culture food to Rhode Island. Back in the day, when I worked for corporate, I travel a lot. And the only place that I see a seafood boil is in West Coast. When I came back, I tried to look for places for seafood boil, right? Could not find it anywhere.
We do a seafood boil, but we also focus on other seafood as well. And we just try to be the best in Rhode Island. It's hard, especially with all the competition around, but all we can do is try our best every day.
Ryan's came with us since we first opened. He was with us since the beginning.
Chef Ryan has helped infuse what he has learned with school and his own background to develop our seasonings with the seafood that we currently provide.
Today we're gonna have you guys try a Big Bang. It's a seafood boil that consists of king crab, lobster tails, a choice of either clam or mussel, and peel shrimp. And we're gonna have you guys try cheesy lobster. The cheesy lobster you're gonna try today is infused between French cuisine and American cuisine. We stand for cultural food, not just any cuisine. As long as the seafood and every food that we can infuse and make it into a new dish, we will try our best to make sure that the people can try it.
The bar, that's one of my favorite places. We have a variety of drinks. You can always grab a martini, a traditional cocktail, or we have shareable drinks. We have fish bowls or pitchers. The bar is always a fun place to be at. So we provide bar seating now, so that was something we introduced last year. We also have inside seating and a heated patio outside. Also, when the summer comes around, we have high top tables with a tent over it, so it's not like extremely hot or anything like that. Oh, I love the vibe over here.
I think it's a mellow, chill environment. You come out, with your significant other, get intimate with the food. We offer gloves, bibs. To me, it's like my home. I'm always here. Everybody here is like family. It's a nice, mellow environment. We do what we think's best for the customers. We just want everybody to be happy and satisfied.
If you want something new and exciting and something of a change, you come here.
Hey everybody, I don't know about you, but recently I've been craving new faces, new experiences, a creative outlet, which is why I'm super excited that we head next to Mudstone Studios to talk to founder and owner Ellen about everything they have to offer. Let's throw down.
I'm Ellen Blomgren, and this is Mudstone Studios at 30 Cutler Street, Warren, Rhode Island. We're about to open a second location at Hope Artiste Village in Pawtucket. I started this business about 14 years ago. I was really looking for a studio for myself. I was a sculptor, I am a sculptor, and I love the communal atmosphere. I think people learn a lot from each other and inspire each other in a lot of different ways. And I was part of a studio that we were all sculptors, and I just wanted to go bigger. One of the weird things that I really wanted to do was kind of unheard of. My goal was to have potters and sculptors on the same playing field. All too often where there's sort of a weird hierarchy where one thinks they're better than the other, and they don't mix generally. But here, we're all together in the same studio, and we just learn so much that way. I think the main staple, what keeps me open, is the membership. So we have over 40 members here in the Warren location, and they have access 24/7. They can come here anytime they want, glaze something, throw something on the wheel. Some people are here quite a bit, and some people don't come very often. You know, it's kind of like a gym membership in that respect. Of course, we have classes too. Most of the classes are 6 weeks long, and it's a really informative class that starts you at one level, and by the time you leave, you're at another level. We have beginners here, we have intermediate levels that just want to come in and practice and get better, and then we have professional level people, and then we have open studios. It's sort of an ongoing open studio format where people can come get on a wheel, practice, whether they're in a class or not. If somebody has some experience in clay and they just want to come use the studio, we've got clay, we have everything they need. Some people really just want to have fun though. They just want to make something, they don't need to practice, they just want to do something different, you know? And those people are welcome to come too. COVID changed everything for everybody. I think the world took a good look at themselves and said, I need to do more. I just need something else. And so we have had like a lot of people took up knitting, they took up baking, they took up pottery, and they're still here. Like a lot of people are still just totally engaged.
Coming up next, I'm at Mudstone Studios, and I'm going to show you how I made these beauts. Stick around. Hey folks, welcome back. You asked and we listened. Next up, we head to Tiverton to visit Rhode Island's only cat cafe. Now this place is really special, not only because you get to frolic with felines, but because each of these cats is searching for their forever home. So grab a cup of joe and let's go meet your new best friend.
We are Bajah's Cat Cafe, and we are the only cat cafe in Rhode Island. So we have some amazing coffee, teas, and pastries. We have bubble teas, cocoa bombs. We have a drink called the Rhode Island Kitty, which is half coffee milk and half iced coffee, which is really good. And then in this room here is where we have cats that are available for adoption.
It's a lot more relaxed of an environment than the shelter is. This is more like a home environment.
I am Amanda's dad. I helped build this for her. From the window boxes to shelving out there, and did a lot of the work in here and made it what it looks like today.
They act a lot more like themselves than they would in a shelter, and people say that all the time. They're like, oh, I visited this exact cat in the shelter, but he's like a different cat when he's here. And it's because he's a lot more comfortable, you know? He can do what he wants, he can come up to who he wants.
You're helping these cats. These cats are, you know, in need of love. Like some of them come in and you're just like, oh my goodness, you know, underweight or, you know, gnats and stuff like that. You know, these are cats are feral cats, or their owners have passed, or, you know, so there's different circumstances on why they're actually here.
I think 3 weeks is like the most we've had a cat for, but even that's pretty good because I know some shelters have their cats for like 300 plus days or like even years. 3 weeks is nothing compared to that. I've probably met about 80 cats, probably a little more than that now, and we've adopted out every single one that's come in here.
It just feels great, you know? Coming in this room, the music's playing, it's so soothing, it's so nice, and you're helping them. Even if you're not going to adopt, you're helping acclimate them to their next home. We do a lot with the local community. All the artwork and mugs and stickers and stuff you'll see are all made by local artists. And even our pastries are all made by local bakeries in the area. And we do have fun things like singles mingles, we have trivia nights, paint nights, so we really have a lot of stuff to offer. So we actually ask that you make a reservation first to reserve time in the cat room.
And the reservation system just helps us keep it organized, and it helps the cats to not be as stressed out.
And then come in a little bit beforehand so you can check out all the coffee, tea, and pastries we have. Yeah, I don't think I've ever had anyone leave here without smiling. It's a really just nice time, you know, it's stress-free, it's rewarding, it just feels nice. The cats are very therapeutic, actually.
I, of course, love every single cat that comes in here, so I'm always sad to see them go, but goodbye is the best option for them. Like, it is what you want at the end of the day. You want to say goodbye to them so you can help more cats.
Hey folks, I'm here with Ellen at Mudstone Studios, and today I am going to attempt to throw my first pot. Charlie, my husband, warned me not to get my hopes up because it's really difficult and everybody fails the first time, and don't get discouraged.
Yeah, everybody stinks the first time.
All right, it's a journey. Here we go.
First thing is we just want some suction to hold it to the wheel,
Okay.
and then just pop that right in the middle.
Okay. Oh yeah, look at that suction.
This is called centering. Anchor your elbows.
Anchor my elbows and try and get into the center.
Yep.
Is that centered?
No.
No. I feel like the Righteous Brothers should be
You're a
playing.
natural. All right, so you're gonna open up the center next.
Oh my gosh.
So by
What should I
doing
do
that,
with this guy?
I'm just like, you know,
Toss
put
it
it
on
on
the
the
side?
edge of the.
On the edge of.
That's fine. Nobody does that.
Oh no, my nails are
Your
gonna.
nails are gonna
They're gonna
ruin this.
really screw this up.
But we'll see. We'll see
Yeah.
if you can actually do this with nails.
Okay. Ooh.
So you're like grabbing a little bump of clay and you're pulling it all the way up, and your piece is gonna get taller.
Look at how crooked I am already.
I know.
Huh? Charlie was right.
No, this always nobody gets the first one.
That's what he was telling me.
So as far as beginners go, this is not a bad start. And you can take this tool. You want the clay to go around that edge.
Got it.
And you're just gonna start at the top and just kind of push your way down towards the middle. And then I'm just gonna kind of go in.
It's like when there's just a little French onion dip left.
Yes.
And the
You want that
perfect
last
glazed
bit.
potato chip.
You're gonna have the wheel help you.
Well, I just made that way worse.
Your husband was right.
Right? Charlie's always right.
That's not bad.
Yeah.
For a beginner, this is actually pretty good. You
Thanks.
can actually take this tool now and just kind of anchor yourself.
Whoa.
We still could ruin it.
We still really
It totally could happen.
Oh God. Now I have to do my wire.
Yep.
Now I gotta floss. Don't screw it up now. Okay, and then I think about pulling it downwards. Down, down, down. Am I good?
Yep. Pull it.
Pull it.
Look at this beautiful A+ student.
Did you hear that, Mom? That's the ugliest, cutest pot I've ever
It's
seen.
adorable.
Well, that was so much fun. Thank you, Ellen.
You're welcome.
Y'all, you gotta come down to Mudstone, check out a class, do an open studio. I know I'll be back. Now I've gotta make a whole set. Stick around, folks. We'll be right back.
So that's Priscilla and that's Elsa, and they are a bonded pair looking for a home together.
We have my best friend Priscilla. She is 14 years old. She's a little judgmental, but she's very sweet. When she first came in, she would not let you go near her whatsoever. And over time, now I'm over there harassing her like every day. She's so sweet. She is actually bonded with Elsa. Elsa, we're still working with. You can pet her, but it's very short bursts.
She's underrated, in my opinion. She's the little Maine Coon in the corner over there. She doesn't get a lot of attention because she sleeps in that corner all day, but I think she's literally the cutest cat in the world, and she loves treats so much. If you go up to her and you're like pretty slow with her, she's nice, and like no one really gives her the time of day, but she's my favorite one in here. She's so cute.
Keep on Cookin' is brought to you by Cranston's Wines and More.
In a world of big appetites, one man holds the key. Next up, Nick Rabar is American Chop Suey.
Nick, my man, tell me I can always count on you. Well, I got a food emergency and I need you.
I'm on my way. Terry Taylor is a former New England Patriot, owner of 212 Health and Performance, a personal trainer, author, and above all, my good friend. Now, if I know his crew, they're gonna want to eat something big and healthy after a workout. So I think my American Chop Suey is just the recipe to get the job done. American Chop Suey is a quick one-pot dish that I can load up with lean protein, lots of veggies, and pasta. It's the perfect fuel to keep Kerry's crew moving, but we're on the clock, so let's get cooking. So we're gonna start today by sauteing our protein. We're using turkey, which is a fabulous lean alternative to ground beef, which is very common in American Chop Suey. All right, so let's get this burner on. A nice medium-high heat. I'm gonna go in with some extra virgin olive oil, and I'm gonna go in with this nice ground turkey. We're gonna break that up. You don't want it to cook in a big mass. You don't want it to look like turkey meatloaf. Of course, you know we have to season. So we're gonna go in with a little bit of salt and some fresh cracked pepper. This turkey takes about 6 to 8 minutes, and one critical step, and this is why we did the turkey first, is you can see it's very normal for liquid to sort of come out of turkey or ground chicken or even ground beef sometimes. We want to make sure that we remove this from the pan and discard some of that liquid. We want to be in control of how much liquid is in our sauce, not the turkey. So now that that's done, we're gonna go with some of these veggies. We have this pan that has all of that fabulous turkey flavor in it. Gonna go back in with a little bit of olive oil, some onions. Very common in American Chop Suey to have onions. Very common in American Chop Suey to have peppers. Red pepper and a little bit of yellow pepper. Now, we are sauteing. All right, so we have our peppers and our onions. Those have caramelized very handsomely. And we're gonna go in with some carrots. And we're gonna go in with some celery. Now, we're gonna put in some fresh chopped garlic. Sometimes the temptation is to go in early with the garlic, but it's very small and it can burn. Now let's get our sauce going. I'm gonna dust these lightly with a little bit of all-purpose flour. That's gonna just be enough to coat them and thicken the sauce. Blend it in well with those vegetables, form a little bit of a paste. Let's get this sauce going. We're on a bit of a time crunch. We gotta go.
Go alternating waves. Go, bigger, 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 bigger. We're getting hungry.
Key ingredient in American Chop Suey is tomato paste. You have to have tomato paste. But what you want to do is cook that down just a second. It's going to add a little bit of caramelization to the tomato paste. Now that that is in, we're going to go in with some unique flavors. The first one is Worcestershire sauce. Worcestershire sauce adds some spectacular umami punch to this recipe, and you can smell that already. We're gonna go in with some apple cider vinegar. Apple cider vinegar adds some fabulous tang and acidity to this dish. How do you balance tang and acidity? with a little bit of sugar. Sugar is a common ingredient when you're making American Chop Suey. Brown sugar has that nice little molasses, so it has a bit more of a distinct flavor than just a standard granulated sugar. These are the little things that separate American Chop Suey from just your basic pasta with meat sauce. All right, let's go in with some tomato now. So we have that great sauce, which is the base. And now, to stretch it, this is when we go in with your common canned tomato. Now, I just want to add a little bit of broth to this. Sauce kind of has a mind of its own sometimes. It can be too thick or too thin, so keeping a little broth on hand will help with that. As it cooks down, it thickens, and when you go in with the pasta, it's gonna thicken too. So just having a little bit of chicken broth on hand to help adjust goes a long way. All right, sauce looks incredible, but we gotta move it here. I'm gonna go in with some cavatelli pasta. Very common pasta with American Chop Suey. And look at that sauce, how it's all coming together like a glaze. All right, let's hit it up with the turkey. Gonna go back in. Remember, we saved a little bit of that juice. We cooked that turkey. It's fully cooked. We're gonna just go back into this pot, and this pot is filling up, which is great because we got a hungry crew we gotta feed. But it is a little one color for me, so let's give it a pop. So how about we go in with some herbs? This is chopped parsley, and we're gonna go in with some chopped arugula. Now, sometimes you'd wanna finish this with a little bit of butter, but we're cooking for my buddies down at the gym, so we're gonna go in with olive oil instead. That's gonna be our fat. Look at how good this came out. And that is our American Chop Suey. Oh man. We gotta go. I've got it. What do you think?
That's amazing.
It's actually a Tracy thing. I've made it a lot of times before, but she makes it just like perfect. Another food mission accomplished here from 212. Until we meet again, keep on cooking.
What a delicious recipe. I can't wait to try for myself. Hello, I'm Cressy LaFour, the Fine Wine Manager here at Wines & More in Cranston, Rhode Island, and I'm here to present the perfect wine pairing for Chef Nick's American Chop Suey. This time, the wine comes from a local winery, Anchor and Hope, located in Rumford. Their limited release Art Series Grenache is bursting with flavors of red cherries and wild berries. There is some smoke and herbal notes that will also complement the spices and the earthiness of the dish. It is delicious. Stop by to see us and pick a bottle to try it for yourself. Cheers, and we hope to see you soon here at Wines & More in Cranston, Rhode Island.
Well, that's our show. Be sure to give us a follow and let us know your favorite ways to welcome spring here in New England. We'll see you next time. Simply is brought to you by Cranston's Wines & More and Dr. Eric George and Associates.